Hey guys, my name is Fiona Solis and this is Interview with my Couchsurfers and Travelers. And today, my guest, Tom, he's from Australia. How are you, Tom?
Good, I'm very well.
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, you kind of introduced me. I'm Tom from Australia, from Melbourne, and I'm over here shooting some photos for a month. Time's almost up, and we just had a shoot today, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a shoot today. I'm looking forward. It's a photo documentary, which is I'm very happy about the result, and I hope the outcome is really good. I'm for sure. I trust this guy. So are you here for a holiday or for just purely work and stuff like that?
It's a little holiday. I finished my work in Melbourne. I was working quite hard, and then it's become quite cold, and I needed to get away.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it sort of looked like there was some flights available here, and
cheaper.
Yeah, escaped. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, most of the people they do the escaping for cold is Asia. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I did Europe last year, so. I actually haven't had a winter in Melbourne for a few years now, 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
How did you know about Couchsurfing and how was your experience?
I heard about it a while ago. My brother used it when he was in South America, and I sort of heard his good experiences from it. The fact that he was able to meet so many locals. And see places that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. You know?
That's true.
You really do have limited options when you stay at a hostel, and they have sort of a board of suggestions, but really it's all very touristic in a way.
That's true. Local knows best, you know.
Local
even though that you're staying in a hostel, but still you meet a lot of people, but they're still travelers when they don't know about the city.
They don't know anything as well. So.
Both of you just try to discover the places, but once you're with locals, you don't have to worry about the places to go, place to eat, cheaper, for your budget and stuff like that, especially when you are a long-time traveler. So do you have any experience? Bad experience or good? What is your good and bad experience in Couchsurfing?
I've had many good experiences. Like probably 99% of them have been good. It is quite easy for me, but it's important to know the host and know that you're going to get on with them, and at least have some interests that are the same, because you shouldn't be using it for just a free bed. You do actually have to live in the same place as them, and you will spend time with them. So how do you want to spend your time? Do you want to spend it with somebody you get on with, or do you want to just spend it with somebody that you don't click with to save money?
Yeah, because some people they just only stay, even though that their hosts work a lot, and then just stay at home. Like most of my Couchsurfer, they went to the other house first, and then later on they come to my place, and they are just like, oh, I'm just waiting here, texting, communicating, and they just say that my host is still at work, so things like that. So what's the purpose of staying in the place that you're holiday, you're traveling? I mean, and then you don't see places, and you have to wait for your host to show you around and stuff. But it's nice to also to experiment and see something, and have some contact from local also, even though that you don't sleep with them. So yeah. So.
And it's not only just the places you see; it's learning about the place you are, the country or the city from their perspective, because that's how you learn about a place. You can walk through it all, but you still don't have any knowledge of
that's true.
Of what it's all about, and why it is the way that it is, and why people act the way that they do. And just speaking to them, speaking to your hosts about their ideologies or whatever the whole
That's true.
The whole
what you call this? The whole thing, the whole reason of this, the whole reason of your travel and doing the Couchsurfer. Do you have is there any best piece of advice to your couchsurfer that you learned from this person, or or maybe like
well, best advice from a couch surfer I've stayed with. I guess I've been inspired by a few of them. I do have some of them on Facebook still, and they're still moving around the world and exploring new places. And it's nice to know that they might have a job for a little bit, but they can get the travel bug again and zip off somewhere. And I sort of get an insight into new places to see as well, and how they're doing.
and how safe is it, and you have contact with them, talk to them about the places too. So
for me it's safe, but I can understand from a woman's perspective, particularly solo travelers, that they would have some sort of reservations, because there are stories or moments or bad hosts around, and you just got to be smart. You just got to be smart with it and trust your instincts.
That's true. Oh yeah, I have to trust your instinct about the people that you're going to stay, because anytime you can just say you have to leave, if you're not comfortable. So it's the best way to do it. Don't stay. No one force you to stay, and no one tell you that you have to stay if you don't feel comfortable in the place that you're staying. And have you been traveling all over the places? What is your most favorite places that you've been so far?
That's a good question. I really, really liked Ukraine. I went to Ukraine.
I have two people I already interviewed. They also like Ukraine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
went
why
last
Ukraine?
year because they're not influenced so much by. I mean, the younger generation is influenced by the West, but the older generation they are very, not against, but they don't care for it, and they don't care for the culture of the West. So it's nice, it's refreshing to be in a new place. And obviously the language barrier it can be a problem, but it can also be fun.
Some people they have bad hear about the news of places, so it scares them. But that's one thing also to interview people, because for perspective or for their opinion about the places they've been, and if it's true or not, that scary or not.
Yeah. Well, the news distorted. When I was there, I was staying in Kiev and in the west, so all of the conflict was in the east. But whenever Ukraine is on the news, it's usually something.
Yeah, they generalize the country.
Yeah.
So that's true. So crazy. But do you have any bad experience that you never forget? This is the bad experience that you learn from it, and you just
What, in traveling or
in
couchsurfing?
traveling.
Traveling. I've been very lucky. I gotta say.
Because every one of us have bad experience.
Yeah.
We lost our stuff.
Yeah.
Or we get robbed, or accident and stuff like that.
I'm sort of thinking past I've been robbed and things like that. Because
It's normal to every traveler, right?
But if you have travel insurance, it's no issue. But something worse than that, I guess. I've been pretty lucky a couple of times. Not dying.
Why? What did you do? You're taking a rest for most of everything?
I thought I had a gun pulled on me.
Seriously?
Well, not pulled on me, but it was in his hood. It was in his pocket of his hoodie. He did tell me he had it, and he wanted my belt, so I gave him my belt. I was quite drunk at the time as well. This was in London late at night a few years ago, so it was it was in quite a patchy part, and
wherever you go, you have to like extra careful because
For sure. And I was stupid. I was walking home alone at sort of 3 a.m. and very, very drunk. And I actually started talking
that
to
was
him.
blessing in disguise for you because when you're not drunk, you might be fight. I mean, like, you might be like like forced to fight because I think. But when you're drunk, you know that you're weak already. So
No,
just,
but you know what? I think it's the opposite for me. I think I'm
Yeah.
bigger than I am when I'm drunk.
oh my God.
I think I do get it a bit sometimes.
But that's what you've said. You have to listen to your instinct if it's
Yeah.
like danger or not. So yeah, good thing. Everyone has experience that we cannot compare. It's like things that for us it's like memorable or things like that. Do you have any like unforgettable travel experience that you never forget for the rest of your life? Like memorable experience?
Not specifically, but I guess when I was 18, I went to Europe with a friend. We had a lot of money because we worked very hard, and we had 2 months in Europe, and I guess we drank almost every night, most nights, and I can't say that we saw Europe, but we went through I think like 10 or 12 countries in 2 months, so very quickly, and unforgettable, but also I can't remember it, if you know what I mean.
So meaning if you don't remember, meaning it's good.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
or bad.
yeah.
There's
And
two.
you know, being so young and being free for the first time away from your parents, that was good. I think I grew up then, and of course I don't know how we survived that because we did some dumb things as well. But we got that out of the way. We did it very quickly because we had a train pass which only lasted for.
So when you travel in Europe, like train.
Yeah, and
Oh, wow.
incredible. Yeah, best way to see
Very
it. I
nice.
think. Yeah, beautiful. I mean, going
Scenery,
through.
panoramic views everywhere. I don't know if you can see it because when you're drunk and you travel,
I
you
was
party
well.
all
I
the
mean,
time.
we were hungover
Hungover.
looking out the window, but now it's different. I like to stay in a place and get to know some people in the place and get to know the city or wherever I am, so I can say that I know that I'm not. Yeah, I know the streets. I know where things are. I know. Yeah.
Cool. So if you're given a chance to disappear and you're gonna land in this place, which place that you're gonna do? Which place that you're going to?
So which country
Yeah,
would
which
I
country?
like to?
Yeah.
But
Maybe the country that you're going back in the past that you want to.
Yeah.
Your childhood or stuff like that, or anything that like, for you it's sentiment or.
Yeah, a little bit. I guess sentimentally, I would like to go back to a part of New Zealand, which is where, because I lived there briefly when I was young with my family, and we would go to the Bay of Islands, which is a beautiful part of the world, very untouched, and spend sort of Easter there every year because my grandparents had a little batch up there.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's where I'd like to be. Oh, and they also, it was a few years ago they had to sell it, so we can no longer go there. So that's why.
That's why.
Yeah. But
bring back the
otherwise,
past. You want to go like.
yeah. Otherwise, I guess a place that I haven't been, maybe I'd like to go to Russia.
Russia.
Yeah. I think.
Cool.
Yeah, Russia seems
Beautiful. Russia. I hear a lot of good stories too. My culture also.
Yeah.
I've been to Russia and do really like it. And the couchsurfing there and the family cook for them.
Cool.
It's really cool. Like cook for them. Like treat them really cool. Like that's why like I've learned a lot from my couchsurfer because my thought before like negative, scared, but like since that I meet a lot, like living there, these places, nothing happened to them and they have a great experience. Russia, maybe Russia is really good for you too.
Yeah, it's quite tricky to get to in terms of visas, but definitely on the list next, I think. Yeah.
Cool. So what traveling means to you?
Well, it's kind of like living, really. I think it's really living for me. Because waking up every morning when you're in another country and all you're doing that day is exploring a new place. Isn't that the best way to live your life? Always exploring. I don't know.
Some people depends like some people like enjoying staying, like even they travel and staying, reading books, like that for them that's meditation. And like for them, some people like to explore and some people like to party. So it's a different way of like how you manage your life.
Yeah.
And if this thing is harms you, or this thing is like you think it's a waste of your time, then switch it. Like it's our power. It's our will to change. Great things for us, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely prefer traveling to holiday. I can't really see myself on a beach for more than 2 or 3 days.
You're not a beach person. You like beaches?
I like beaches. I like moving though as well. I like doing things. I can't be stagnant for too long. Yeah.
Okay, so you easily get bored or things like that.
I guess. Yeah. Bored. I don't really like
Maybe
that
depends.
word.
Maybe
but,
maybe depends like when you meet cool people, because it's part of it. When you meet like other people and they're so cool and like like you don't plan when you travel, and sometimes like I was like planning to stay here for 2 days and end up with 1 month. Sometimes it's change and
for sure.
Yeah, sure. So describe yourself in 2 words.
Interested and
really interested person. I think you are full of surprise because you are very talented.
And calm.
I can tell the way you talk right now. Pretty calm.
I don't know if that describes much more than just. It doesn't give too much away. I don't know.
It's nice to give like like a little bit.
What do other people say?
Thrill. Most of the people say they are fearless, trying
fearless.
things, and I don't know, like.
I'm very fearful of many things. I'm not fearless. I don't think. I'm terrified.
Serious? I am too rare. Like I don't think like people like older people like can be fearless.
Yeah.
And it's impossible that they don't have fear. Because when you have fear, it's really good because. It's part of life. You have to mix emotion, not just like I'm fearless. Oh my God, maybe you're scared of like snakes or tarantula or stuff like that. There's things that you can be fear as well. So last piece of advice to people who traveled and want to travel and never traveled before, like precaution and what's the things that you have to be careful when you travel and to be ready about.
Yeah, you got to find that balance between, I guess, with exercise caution, but also don't be afraid of exploring past, the touristy places or where all of the, the center of town or something like that. It's nice to go for a walk around a neighborhood and see how the locals live and things like that.
Sure.
But of course, you got to do that at the right time of day, and you got to find out where not where the crazy people are, not where the drug addicts and all the crime is. Because when I moved to Texas a couple of years ago, and the first place I stayed in, I didn't do my research. And the first place I stayed, I was in a crack house. So
you have to be careful.
Yeah, and it was madness. Everybody was either addicted to drugs or a dealer or a maniac. One guy was taken away by police one night. The other guy had a seizure in front of me, and then everybody else were just these. It was like a halfway house almost. So
You have to research when you travel.
Yeah, do some research. I mean, and not only that, I moved from that little hostel into a house which was on 12th and Chacon in Austin, and when I looked up that address on the internet, all I got was newspaper articles about 14th Street and Chacon, which was the biggest crime street in the whole city, where prostitutes were living or hanging out and drug dealers from the corner, and so that was 2 blocks from my house. And
Wow.
I lived there for 4 months, so
nothing happened?
nothing happened. No. Nothing happened. But yeah, I mean, I was lucky, I guess.
Yeah. But all you have to do is just research, and when you go to a place, a little bit of research and learn the places, and you know, contact some locals if you can trust. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you. This was
Thank you.
good.
And please, if you have any things that people can visit you or find you, where they want to contact you one day, that they are interested of, interview you or your work. So please.
I'm in a film collective called seaworthyfilms.com.au, and you can see our stuff.
Cool. So guys, I'm gonna his link in my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna put in there, so just click and visit, and it's very interesting and it's very cool stuff to see. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and always remember, the world is our house, countries are living rooms, lakes, seas and oceans are swimming pools. So travel safe. Bye.